That's small.
That's dope. That's super dope, though.
That's mobile right there, baby.
Yeah.
It's a solid build, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, dude, it's like super relevant and smart.
Yeah.
It just really makes sense with like what everybody always says they need.
Yeah, I need it compact. I need it to be a great build. I need enough features and functions on there where I don't have to go into a lot of screens. It's not flimsy. You can feel like it has weight to it.
Yeah, and it's small.
Put it in your backpack, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Inspiration. That's a dope product, man. That's impressive.
Yeah.
What's up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike, and it looks like the folks over at Presonus have dropped something really, really dope on us. They're calling it the Presonus Atom. The Atom Production and Performance Pad Controller. It is just a kind of snapshot. It has 16 pads, 8 banks, 4 rotary encoders, MIDI keyboard mode, note repeat, and they're giving content from MVP loops. So of course I'm a Presonus fanatic, so you know I'm going to be grabbing one of these just to kind of see what it's like, maybe do some comparisons against Machine, you know what I'm saying, see how that kind of flows and see how that goes. But I had a feeling that Presonus was going in this way. They dropped a little teaser on us about a week ago, then they came out this week and hit us with this or whatever, and I had a feeling that that's where they were kind of going based off of the reactions and stuff that they gave in the video. But it was really, really dope. So here it is. It looks like it's going to be a compact controller, just really small, really petite, something you're going to be able to throw in your bag. And it looks like it's just a MIDI controller only. It doesn't have any built-in sounds. Just looking at it here, you can kind of see the layout of what you're going to be able to expect. You got song mode here where you can set loop, event editor, you can nudge. So it's basically like a MIDI controller and a control surface all in one, because you got all of these control surface functions here. And then just kind of zooming in, you got navigation over here. And then going up, you got transport controls, which is really, really cool. Like, that's really, really cool. And then, of course, the pads and the encoders and all of that. I'm not sure if that logo is going to glow. If that does, I think that would be really, really cool. So it's really, really dope. Looking at it, you know what I mean? They've got some, you know, this whole full page. I'll link this in the bottom so you guys can kind of read through it yourself. But it's going to be coming with Presonus Studio One artists. And they didn't really say anything about release date, or neither on these pages. They don't say anything about release date, nor do they say anything about price. So you had to do some digging. I had to jump around and do some digging in some different places. And just from, you know, digging around, I found this website, Craft Music, you know, popular site for ordering stuff and gear. And looks like they've got it on pre-order for $149.95. Looks like that's going to be the price point. $150 for something like this, and it's going to come with Studio One artists. I think that's a pretty good deal, because if you bought artists by itself, you spend $99 on it. But if you buy this, you know, control surface, you get it's like buying it and getting Presonus free, getting Studio One free, or buying Studio One and getting a control surface for it for an extra $50. But these are some of the packages that it looks like they're going to be having with it. You know, just a controller by itself. Looks like they got it with Studio One Professional, where you can get it for $450. Then they have this Producer Lab pack, which I saw on the actual Presonus site here. So if let's find that real quick. Here we go. Found it there. All right. So here, Atom Producer Lab. So the Producer Lab is going to come with basically the controller, an interface, the audio box interface. I have that. That's really dope. That's my on-the-go interface, and a mic. So you basically got everything you can do to kind of have in Studio One, of course, I imagine. So you have everything you need to kind of have a studio, all, you know, in your bag, so to speak. So you got the M7 condenser. You got the interface. You're gonna get some plugins that are gonna go along with it. And of course, like some loops and some different things like that. But like, that's the Producer Lab pack, and that's going to go for $300, looks like. And then they have this other one that is the Atom Pad Controller Producer Lab with Studio One Professional. So it's basically Producer Lab. Looks like you get some headphones with it, pop filter, They throw in a few other things, and you get Studio One Professional, the professional version instead of the artist version. So ship date, they didn't really talk about ship date on any of these. Even if you click on any of these, it does not say when it's going to be shipped or anything like that. There's nothing on here that gives you any kind of indication of when it's going to ship. So through some more digging on the actual Presonus video here where they released it, they have a comment where they replied to this user about a release date, and they said Atom ships late September, and it will be followed by the Atom Producer Lab, that whole thing back here, in case you're curious, in case you missed it, this Producer Lab, that you'll be able to get that version in October. So all in all, I think it's really, really dope that they got this kind of going. And you guys can kind of leave in your comments what you think about it. It looks like they're trying to get into the, the same kind of function and flow that that Machine and Native Instruments have kind of gotten into, where you have a software and you have a controller that's based upon that. And when I looked at Impact, when Studio One 4 dropped, and I looked at Impact, I said, man, this kind of is reminiscent of Machine. They added some very kind of advanced sampling functions and things that we've been waiting on for years inside of Impact. They added it in and made it more of a production suite. Now you got pattern mode and stuff inside of Studio One 4, so it makes things a whole lot more streamlined for production. That's where they're trying to open it up to and get, gear it towards producers and beat makers to get into their software. And I think having a controller for those who like producing on pads and making beats and doing things like that, I think this is going to be a great thing. And it looks like that it, just from reading it, because they have some other things like a MIDI control mode and things like that. It looks like it's going to be pretty ubiquitous. You're going to be able to use it in any software and not just Studio One. So I imagine if I wanted to bring this up and use it in Logic, I could do it, or use it in Pro Tools or whatever. Of course, you wouldn't be able to use it with Machine. They're like, very, tightly integrated with their software. They don't allow people to, other third-party controllers to control the Machine software like the way that Machine does. Like you couldn't hook this up to Machine and expect to play it. But it's pretty dope. I'm really interested to see what they're going to come up with and how this is going to develop out into something unique or what have you for Presonus. So you guys leave a comment below. Tell me what you guys think about it. Were you expecting this? Did you see this coming? Were you shocked? Is this blowing you away? What? Let me know in the comments what you think about it and how you feel about Presonus kind of going in this direction with their software and then adding this new piece of hardware to their lineup of products or whatever. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and do those things. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button, turn on notifications, all of those good things like that. We'll look to see you guys on the next video. I'm out. Holla at your boy.